Module 5, Lesson 5. Increasing and decreasing functions. This is the same title as Lesson 4, Increasing and Decreasing Functions. So we're going to look at some examples here that might not be linear. So not all real-world situations are linear. Not all real-world situations can even be multiplied by a function. So here in example A, Aleph is running at a constant rate on a flat paved road. So you can see it looks like she or he is going at a constant speed because this line, the slope does not change. Slope is the same as their speed. Now, if we look at the bottom, question B, this is Shannon, and she is running on a flat rocky trail that eventually becomes a steep mountain. So she can go fairly fast here where it's flat, but as she gets to the steep part of the mountain, she goes slower and slower up the mountain. All right, so what we're looking at here in the first couple exercises is we're trying to find out how far they went from 0 to 15 minutes, 15 to 30, 30 to 45, and 45 to 60. So we're going to have to look back to the graph. So here's the first graph for us. And from 0 to 15, 15 is right here. If we go up, 15 would be on the 2. So they went from 0 to 2 miles. So 0 to 2 is a total of 2 miles. From 15 to 30, well, at 15 we said they were at 2 miles. 30, if we go up and check, it appears that they are at 4 miles. So from 2 to 4 miles is also 2 miles. From 30 to 40, well, at 30 we were at 4. At 45, rather, not 40, we are at 6. From 4 to 6 is another 2 miles. And then from 45 to 60, well, at 45 we were at 6. At 60, we're at 8, which is another 2 miles. So every time we run for 15 minutes, we will end up going 2 miles. Question 2 is asking us the same thing, only we are using the other graph. So from 0 to 15, 15 is right here. We were going to about there, which is in between, so 1.5. So from 0 to 1.5, which is 1.5 miles. Then we go from 15 to 30. 30 appears to be about there. So we went from 1.5 to about 2.1. So 1.5 to 2.1 will be about 0.6 miles. Then we go from 30 to 45. 45 appears to be about there. So wow, we only went from about 2.1 to about 2.6, I'll say. So this is about 0.5 miles. And then we go from 2.6, and then at 60 we're at about 3 miles. 2.6 to 3 is only 0.4 miles. So as they run 15 minutes here, they go 1.5 miles to begin with, and then only 0.6 miles, and then down to 0.5, and then down to 0.4. So they are not running at the same speed, which is why the slope of this line changes throughout. All right, here's a little chart looking at increasing and decreasing functions. A linear function has a constant rate of change. If it doesn't have a constant rate of change, then it will be a nonlinear function. So looking at these pictures, we can see that we have a line, which is linear for both of these. So these are both linear functions. These are curved, so they are nonlinear functions. This is increasing because it's going uphill, positive slope. This is also increasing because we're going uphill. This is decreasing, going downhill, and this is decreasing, going downhill. Down here in the last two, this is a constant rate. Every time you go up by 1 in the x, you go up by 3 in the y. It changes by the same amount. So this is a linear function because it has a constant rate. This one, as you go up by 1, you go up by 2, and then by 2 again, so you think maybe it's constant, and then you go up by 4, and then you go up by 8. So it is definitely not increasing at a constant rate. It is a variable rate. It is changing, so this will be a nonlinear graph if you graphed it. It's a nonlinear function. All right, so different breeds of dogs have different growth rates. Large breeds typically experience a rapid growth rate from the time they're born to the time they're 6 months old. And then they start to slow down a bit, and the growth rate until about 2 years of age is constant from 6 months to 2 years of age. And then, of course, they're full grown, so they don't really grow too much more at all. So we're supposed to sketch what this might look like. So from 0 months to 6 months, they grow rapidly. So we want a fairly steep line. Probably they're going to get up, if it's a large breed of dogs, to 40, 50 pounds, somewhere in here. So I'm going to say about 6 months, it's about 40 pounds. Might be a little more, a little less, depending on the dog. And then it slows down. So if it's going to slow down, what's going to happen to the steepness of our line? It's going to be flatter. So until it's 24 months, which it's 2 years old, then it would grow to its full size. So let's say it's going to go to about 70 pounds total. And in that time, you can see that this line has a flatter slope. It's increasing at a lesser rate than the beginning. So we want to know if this is linear or nonlinear. Well, it's not one straight line, so this would be nonlinear. In other words, the rate is not constant. Okay, it changes. We don't have a constant rate. Now, they also want to know, is the function increasing or decreasing? Well, we are still going uphill. The dog's weight is increasing, and it is also increasing here. So this is an increasing function because the dog gets larger. Okay, it's going up in size. All right, so this is Lamar and his sister riding a Ferris wheel at a fair, and they measure and record that it takes 8 seconds for the Ferris wheel to go around one complete revolution. So this is the graph of the distances above the ground by time, according to the time, after a certain amount of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this a little closer. Is the function represented by the graph linear or nonlinear? Well, obviously, it is nonlinear. It is changing different amounts, here it's increasing, here it's decreasing, so this is no way linear. Parts of it, if we took a chunk out, might be linear, but the whole graph is nonlinear. Okay, the rate is variable. Question B, where is the function increasing, and what does it mean within the problem? Well, increasing is where it's going uphill. So it goes uphill from here to here. From here to here. And that should do it for us. So that would be from 0 to 4 seconds, from 8 to 12 seconds, 16 to 20, 24 to 28, and 32 to 36. Now, what's happening in this problem with the context of within the context of the problem? Well, as they are increasing, as this graph is increasing, they are getting higher and higher, which means they are on their way to the top. Now the next part wants to know, where is it decreasing? Well, it's going to be decreasing from here to here on each one of these. So if we want to list those, it's decreasing from 4 to 8 seconds, and then from 12 to 16, 20 to 24, 28 to 32, and 36 to 40 seconds. What's happening as far as the problem goes on this? They are on their way to the bottom. Okay, the Ferris wheel, you're on the downhill part of it. All right, so question 7 wants to know how high above the ground is the platform for passengers to get on or off the Ferris wheel? So looking at this graph, we can see that the lowest point that it goes to ever is right here. So what height would that be? Well, this is 0 and this is 10, so halfway in between would be 5. So it appears to be at about 5 feet is the lowest part of the Ferris wheel, which is where you get on and off. So the height would be about 5 feet. Okay, and it's why? Because it's the lowest point on the graph. All right, question 8 wants to know how many revolutions does the Ferris wheel complete during its 40-second time interval. So back to the graph, and they want to know how many revolutions. So here you're at the bottom, you get on, you go up and down to the bottom. That's 1 revolution. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it looks like they go around 5 times. Because there are 5 hills in the graph. Probably not a very good way to say it, but there are 5 up and down cycles in the graph. Finally, what's the diameter of the Ferris wheel, and explain your reasoning? Well, the diameter of the Ferris wheel, if the Ferris wheel is at the bottom here at 5, and the highest point that you go to is between 40 and 50, which would be 45, you're going from 5 feet when you're at the bottom to 45 feet high when you're at the top, which means the Ferris wheel is 40 feet in diameter. How do I know that? What's my reasoning? This was the highest point. This was the lowest point. So the difference between them would be the diameter of the Ferris wheel.